And we're back on the Loveland Port Lone Ranger Show. We've been talking about rates. We've been talking about the Fed cut this week. We're talking about the new Fed chief. We're talking about when to cut the price on your house. Should you cut the price? Do you need to cut the price? Sometimes that's not the problem.
Talking about bridge
We
loans,
did some listings,
asset
bridge loans, asset loans. And I want to dive into something here, Bruce. I actually found some great stats. Pulled them off of, this is from National Association of Realtors. And it is the median price for the country by state. And before COVID, Florida was like 22nd. Okay. Pretty affordable.
Yep.
And back then, the median price of Central Florida for COVID was about, I think it was about 210, 220. Well, now it's 436. For Central Florida's 390. Florida is 436. We were 21st ranked statewide as far as affordability. We're 16th. We got more expensive. Okay. And this was COVID amplifying the fact that, hey, let's get out of town and go to Florida. We don't have big taxes. We don't have somebody telling us to wear a mask. We don't have somebody shutting down our business. We don't have somebody in our business. But I thought that was really interesting.
Well, that is interesting. So what's the most expensive state?
I didn't get it. Oh, now you're going to make me go through all these. Well,
that's
I'll do
okay.
this while
you
you're
don't
talking.
Have to do it.
So, but no, they run, actually DC was one of them at 1.2 million.
That's incredible.
It's just nuts. 1.3 million.
For an average home
in DC, yeah.
For an average home,
ridiculous. That's where
listen. That should get all of you fence sitters right off the. Yep. Because I'll tell you what, I'd be curious what California is, because we're generally 10 years behind California prices. So you look at California and say 10 years, that's what we're going to be.
Yep. No, I just think this moving up shows a lot of things, and it shows Central Florida. You know, most of our relocation, Bruce, is not from New York, from the election of Mondami. Most of our relocation to Central Florida is other Floridians coming here. The rest of Florida, the median is 436.
Right.
We're 380, 390. So we are more affordable, not being at the coast, not being surrounded by water.
So you know what I saw on the news this week too?
Yep.
Orlando, #1 city in the entire country for retiring in.
Really?
I was shocked.
Are they including? They must be including the villages in that.
Well, I guess Tampa was #4. No, Miami was #4 and Tampa was #5. So we got 3 cities in the state of Florida that are the best cities to retire.
Come down here. They probably, so that means there's 15 other states they could sell in, have more money in their pocket, come down here, get a better house, especially if they're downsizing, going to get a much better house, have money in their pocket, have less taxes, in a more affordable state to live in.
I agree.
So this is what I'm talking about. You need to buy now. If you're renting, call Bruce. He's going to get that application started. At least find out where you stand. I was just lecturing one of my realtor colleagues. I was lecturing them because they hadn't done their taxes in a year. And they're like worried they owe money. I'm like, well, how do you know? I mean, it doesn't matter if you owe or not. That penalty is still piling up, whether you know the number or not. Find out the number.
Dealing with
know
the
your
mafia
numbers
with that stuff.
Yeah, you need to get this. Find out. Get your application in with Bruce. Find out where you stand, and you will tell them, hey, we got to do this. We got to pay this off. Stop doing that. You got to make more money. Go to your boss. Work extra. Get a gift. Whatever it might be to get into that house. Because right now, in the 300s, you can get a nice house. And what's it? It's 15, 20 grand down. We get your costs paid. Get your costs covered. That's going to turn around next year.
You can get into a home right now. I got a little girl. She works for Advent Health. She's only got about $1,000 in the bank. Okay. But she works hard, puts in some hours, and I'm getting her down payment assistance. I'm getting her $17,500 in down payment assistance, which is being applied toward the down payment that she didn't have. And then the realtor is picking up 6% in closing costs. So I'm telling you, you guys, there's ways to put these together. Stop sitting on the fence. Most of you will be able to buy. It's just a few tweaks, and it may not be going to the boss for a raise. It might be, hey, let's get the motorcycle paid off, or let's sell the motorcycle, or let's get these credit cards. You know, I see a lot of folks that they're like, I pay extra on all my cards every month. And I'm like, well, stop doing that. Pay a lot extra on one of them, and keep hammering that. You can
tell them exactly what to do. It's so simple. I just don't know why people don't raise their hand and take the advice we give them.
Well, that would be, if they did, they'd all do better.
Yes, they would.
Okay.
They would.
Tell my wife that too, will you?
Yeah.
407-250-9144 for the Lone Ranger, or 407-352-8118 for Cleve, Loveland. I want to talk about self-employed people, and we got taxes coming up. They're right around the corner, you guys.
Now's the time. Like, hey, make an extra mortgage payment. And when you do your taxes, you find out you owe a little more than you want. Maybe you need a rental property. There's
Don't
some good
forget to
tax
file
breaks
for
on that.
homestead
File
exemption.
for homestead exemption. Your property taxes will go down. That's different from your income taxes.
That's right.
But now's the time. Self-employed, they might need to talk to you instead of, you don't want the bank statement rate, which I assume is higher than the regular
A
rate.
little bit higher, but I'm going to tell you something. When you look at my bank statement program, I got a guy makes $400,000 a year, only claims about $29,000 a year. Okay. That's pretty typical for me to see. You guys, I see it all the time. You're not special. You are special, but you're not special. So makes about really claims about 29 grand. So he's saving $150,000, $125,000 a year in taxes. So we determined how much extra are you paying in interest on your mortgage for a bank statement program. It was like $2,900 a year. He goes, I'll take the $2,900 a year over $150,000 more in taxes.
But I think most self-employed people should get their taxes in line with their income and don't write everything off. I just don't see people getting away. Now you're talking about somebody with a massive, massive income.
Yes.
And most people being self-employed and doing that don't have that massive, massive income, but they should get in line. It just makes it easier on everything, especially when it comes to buying the house.
But it's a way to do it. We also have a 1099 program. If you are a 1099 employee, you bring me your last 2 years 1099s, I'll use 90% of the income to qualify you. Unbelievable. Then we've got our DSCR programs for all you investors out there. Incredible program. I can get the interest rate pretty darn close to a conventional loan rate on a DSCR, and the only income I'm using is the subject property rent. There's all kinds of ways for you to do it. Bridge loans, asset loans, construction to perm loans, build on your own lot, home equity line of credit, reverse a little bit older, reverse mortgages. Maybe it's time for a reverse mortgage for you. Call the loan arranger at 407-250-9144 or go to webringyouhome.com or call Cleve. He can be reached now at 407-352-8118. He's got people on standby while we're on the radio, but he returns his phone calls. I return my phone calls. You're going to hear from us. Give us a call. What you got there, big boy?
All right. I want to talk about new construction because there's notes out there. Are you seeing? I haven't seen this. I'm out in new construction every week, visiting builders and seeing what's going on. I see them giving incentives, but I haven't seen price cuts. Have you?
No, just a few.
Last year, earlier in the year, there
was
was some small price cuts.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen, most builders have adapted. And it's funny. I just got a listing. It'll be coming live next week. It's surrounded by new construction. In fact, Trinity's right up the street.
Yes.
So it's funny. Trinity's at 400 and they're giving 30,000 in costs. So our listing is going to be at 330.
Right.
It's got to be that way. So, but you got to watch these things. Most builders are pretty smart about what they are building, and they're probably selling more 2,200 square foot homes than they are 3,500 square foot homes. And you can kind of tell that from the ages of the neighborhoods too.
Right.
And this is something to shop when we take you out and look around, show you what's out there for you to buy. These are things to take into account too. When
Well,
you're
a lot of these builders
value.
are building these multi-generational homes too for multi-families, right? Or your mother-in-law, and they can have their own master bedroom and even a kitchenette now. So a lot of that. Yeah. And Hardison builds them as well. That's another builder that'll pay your closing costs when you use my services.
And I do want to mention one of their communities. I went by and saw Estes Reserve, which is right on the edge of Eustis, right?
Yes.
Just north of downtown Mount Dora.
Yep.
Beautiful community, only 18 homes. And the homes start there for $350,000, Bruce, for about 1,800 square feet.
That's Jerry over there.
That's
right?
Jerry in there.
Jerry Rollo.
And it's it's 4-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car garage, paver driveways, great upgrades inside, starting in the 350s. They go up into the mid 4s. They've got a 2,500 square foot model and they've got a 2,900 square foot model starting at $405,000.
That's incredible.
That's a great price per square foot.
That's incredible.
And this is kind of an infill
They've
community.
got townhomes down the street. They're in the mid 200s and they're really big and they're great. And you get a garage and everything.
So if you want to take a look at these, give me a call at 407-352-8118 and I'll hook you guys up and tell you what they got going on. Because Bruce, you're approved as one of their lenders.
I am approved as one of their lenders and I'm taking over the shop, baby. We're gonna help this builder and we're already helping them. And the builder's doing a lot for our clients. And I like that a lot. You can call the loan arranger, get yourself pre-approved right now at 407-250-9144. We'll get you into one of them new construction homes. And if you're feeling a little chubby and you want to lose some weight, I'll connect you with my friends at Age Rejuvenation to help you lose weight. And I'll get you your first session for $100.
You want to lose weight? Why don't you come work out with me?
Well,
I'll burn some calories.
yeah, I
All
bet
right.
you will.
So, all right. So builders cutting prices. I really think we're going into where, as these rates taper down, I think we will see. I mean, what are they saying consensus rates are going to be next year? 5 3/4 for most of the year?
Well, I've heard different numbers right now. I'm not going with anybody's numbers until I see what's going to happen here after the holidays,
Yep.
because right now, it's a 87.5% chance that they're going to do a Fed cut on Wednesday. However, usually we see rates improve 2 weeks leading up to it. Well,
They
it
haven't.
hadn't been quite that way. It ain't been quite that way. So we lost a little ground. We're gaining a little back.
But here's some good news, I think, for next year. All this, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, all these things that were in the big, beautiful bill are going to come into play. And as people's tax refunds start rolling in this year, they see how much extra they got an extra couple grand because of President Trump, because of the new administration. I think all these things, and I saw Scott Bessent talking about this on how, our income line's been going down. That chart's been going down. It's going to start to rise, and that's going to cross over the inflation gap. Inflation's been coming down. But the two lines have not crossed, and inflation has been worse than the income.
It has.
But this is why you need to get ready to buy now, get into that house as soon as you can, because I think a year from now, Bruce, we're looking at a totally different market.
I do too.
I think we're back down to 3 or 4 months supply. The hot house in the hot neighborhood is gone with, might not get multiple offers, but it's going to sell quickly.
Settle in the high fives for a rate on conventional loans. I'm hopeful, but at this point, I'm not
in the
scheme
of things. That's the best rates, like out of the last 50 years. That's been the
interesting. You were listening to that guy on the news, that the big shot realtor.
Yep, Sir Hunt. Yep.
Yeah. So, and even he said, when somebody said, well, when are we going to see rates come down? He says, what are you talking about? They've already come down. They're not 8 1/4. They're not 7 1/2.
Yep.
They're 6 1/4, 6 1/2. That is down.
Yep.
But people got spoiled. I think that 3% rate ruined people. It ruined them.
It did kind of ruin them. Yeah.
I mean, we call it the golden handcuffs. So it makes it tough for you to get out of it.
I think part of what we got right now is kind of a hangover from that.
It is.
Yep.
It's a financial hangover. 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. If you want to talk to the loan arranger, want to get your application made, let's get this done. Let's get you into a new home, or let's refinance the one you have. Maybe we need to pull money out of it and go buy another one. So start your investment, your leapfrog plan.
Just had one of my investors call me, Bruce. Gentleman owns 5 homes. I'm taking over management. He's traveling all the time, having fun with his wife. And he was talking about, I got one of my tenants. I love the guy. He's been my tenant for 10 years and he can't quite get his act together. He's trying to buy the house. My wife was saying we should co-sign for him. And I was like, oh, no, I pulled the car over. I'm like, no, stop. What have you done? Don't do that. Don't ever do that.
To be
co-signing for a tenant. I'm like, good Lord, don't you have a bunch of children? You're
I don't even co-sign for my
kids. Of grandkids you've got hanging around that are always looking for money. Do not do that. No. Because here's my thing, Bruce.
We don't even like renting to family.
Exactly. If a tenant hasn't gotten their act together to buy a house, and this is not, and I have people tell me all the time, they want me to manage the property. They want to sell their rental. Like, the tenant's going to buy it. This is a couple day conversation. This is them calling you pre-qualifying them, you looking at an application, you calling me in a couple days going, hey, I need this piece of paper. This looks good. This looks bad. This is not dragging on for months and months and months when they say, when I finally get this done. Meanwhile, there's a brand new Dodge Ram pickup in the driveway and there's, that kind of thing. I just do not do this. I think family members, give them gifts. A gift is good. But not co-signing
can be a little dangerous. There's very few circumstances where I'm going to recommend a co-sign, but it does happen from time to time. But call me if I tell you don't do it, I'm giving you the best advice you ever had.
All right.
Don't do it.
You need to reach me. If you want to sell something in 2026, you want to buy something in 2026, you've got property you want me to manage in 2026, you want to make money on your investment properties, call me 407-352-8118 or go to cleveloveland.com. We'd be happy to help you. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, and thanks for joining us today. Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage. I'm the loan arranger. If you're looking to buy or refinance your home, maybe you need home equity. Maybe you want to buy a lot and build a house on it. Maybe you need a reverse mortgage. Maybe you've got a lot of assets, but not a lot of income, and you need to be able to convert that into an income stream. Let me show you how to do that to get to the next step. Maybe you need a bridge loan to get that next house. I've got everything you need all in-house, and I'm right here in your backyard. 5-star review, you can come to Loan Arranger and we'll literally sit down and come up with a game plan. 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Thanks for joining Cleve and I today. God bless, and tune in tomorrow at 11 o'clock on WDBO for my show.